Okay, our Dan Tilkin joins us right now on the set. And Dan, when we talk about resignations, it's really been a tumultuous decade when it comes to top state officials resigning.
Right, and the one that's the most high profile is the resignation of John Kitzhaber, which happened about a decade ago. And the common theme between his resignation and Shemia Fagan is whether the elected office is being used for undue access and influence. You'll remember that John Kitzhaber resigned in 2015, a month after he was sworn in for his fourth term. That's after it came to light his fiancee, Sylvia Hayes, had lucrative environmental consulting contracts that some thought she would not have received without her relationship to Kitzhaber. He faced a state criminal investigation. Reed College political science professor Chris Koski wonders whether these scandals would get as much attention other places.
People that pay attention to Oregon politics have a higher bar, I think, for ethics, maybe than other states. So, for example, the Hayes-Kitzhaber scandal, I'm not sure that would have made a huge dent in Kitzhaber were he a governor, say, in New Jersey or Illinois or something like that. Similarly, in the case of Fagan,
Professor Koski says it might be less tempting for state officials to take outside employment if the states increase their pay. Remember, Fagan's salary as Secretary of State is $77,000 a year. Now, more perspective. Kitzhaber stepped down after he met with the leader of the state Senate and the Speaker of the House, who at the time was Tina Kotek. She told Kitzhaber it was time to go. Koski is wondering whether Kotek, now as governor, played a similar role.
It'll be interesting if we find out about that in the days to come.
Yes, absolutely. And they were talking about, they're wondering, whether they said, you cannot endure this now. Maybe if you step away now, let time go by, people will forgive, and you can re-enter the political arena.
Okay, great perspective, Dan. Thank you.